Hello and welcome to the Every Other Saturday podcast, a brand new episode this week where literally just happened. Kind of back to the old ways, eh?
Mm.
Post-match reaction and a podcast in one to Rangers 4, Hibs 1. Finally a resounding victory. Plenty of goals, plenty of positive thoughts about the game. I mean, the three in the photo there, I mean, unbelievable. The night and we'll give our thoughts on the game and then look ahead to the game on Sunday, Rafe Rovers in the Cup. Expecting quite a bit of rotation, maybe a few changes because there's a bit put into this game tonight. In terms of a lot of players playing 90 minutes and just the energy that was put into the game. Should we pop up my screen there? I get that way. Just the energy that was put into the game was second to none tonight, and you kind of just want to see this performance build and build, and
Right.
that's the team we're hopefully going to start becoming. So, if you enjoy, like, subscribe, share,
Yeah.
always very appreciated. So
Before
that's the wrong
before
one, but
before we get into it, sorry mate, but before we get into it, I know I came up with the name when Cedric Kitten was here. He was the landlord of Motherwell or what have you. Michael Beale is the mayor at Edinburgh. My man absolutely runs that city, but I we'll get into
you
it.
could say the same about Gio as well. I think every time he played Hearts, Hibs, it was just like,
Um,
you're expecting these games to be like the hardest, toughest games of your season. You're going up to Easter Road now and you win 4-1. Like, is
aye.
that us consistently getting better, or is that the opposition
Hibs are
dropping
just
away
absolutely dug.
worse? I think that's probably the latter. Four shots in the full game, Hibs had. My stream actually cut off when they scored, so I turned it back on.
Aye.
There was a goal scene. There was an own goal as well for Connor Goldson. I mean, what else can he do? I thought the first 15 minutes of the game was a bit cagey, to be fair. Not a lot in terms of quality. Ball was kind of bouncing about everywhere. It was a bit hectic on the pitch. Obviously they get their opening goal through Connor Goldson, but there was the reaction for me straight after that. Like, we find ourselves in a great position. Kent, I thought that was maybe the story of Kent's game. Just the touch of the ball, just he was either taking a too hard a touch, it was hitting off his right leg, it was going off his back his heel when he was through and goal and stuff like that. It just wasn't falling for him. But he wins as a penalty and gets his back on in level terms. Tavernier with a good penalty there. I think that's 3 goals now, maybe off 100 for the club. So he's getting there, he's getting closer.
Getting there, the Hall of Famer. The Hall of Famer Tavernier. Aye.
He's getting there and he's getting closer to that milestone, but obviously gets his
Mm.
back on level terms. And I think for that point, we were just
Ran the game.
dominant,
Absolutely
dominant.
ran the game.
I absolutely ran the game. Todd Cantwell, he had maybe a quieter first half compared to the second, but I thought you just see his qualities coming through ever so slightly every game. You saw it really, probably predominantly in the game on Saturday. He sort of ran the game tonight again in the middle of the park. He was everywhere. He's chasing back. He's comfortable in the ball. He can take the ball under pressure and move on. I think he's just been a fantastic signing so far. And if our signing policy is going to be players like Raskin and Cantwell who come in here tonight and fit in like a
On
glove,
the job.
then I'm all for it. But the first half was fantastic. The problem was we just weren't four or
Put the
five
ball in
up
the
at that
net.
point.
Aye. No, I mean the start of the game I wasn't happy. I straight away just to hit the long ball. I was like, come on. But no, I thought that boy was gonna I thought Tavernier was gonna have a murder night. See what that boy
Nah,
like for
you
them.
said a good season so far.
He said aye, so I thought he was gonna rip Tavernier, but obviously that didn't happen. No, but aye, as I say, mate, as soon as the penalty, game just changed and we just absolutely ran it, dominated it. As I say, Cadwell, my boy Ryan Jack, solid. That is the midfield for me to the end of the season. Obviously, I know the cup game coming up, maybe a bit of rotation in there, but I wouldn't change a winning team at all. Just absolutely Cholak as well. I think we were going to come on here and maybe have a bit of debate with him and Morelos, but Cholak's taking his chances. You know what I mean? He's either assisting or he's putting the ball in the net. And you've obviously got to love it and appreciate it. Definitely giving Morelos competition. I think for me it's telling when Kent's starting the game, Morelos is on the bench, who's staying and who's going out today too. For me personally, I think Ryan Kent's he's got to get a new deal. I thought Ryan Kent was really sensational tonight.
Aye.
So
Kent was just everywhere. Kent was,
everywhere.
as I said just in the start there, his final ball at times. I mean, his touch was poor, but that's always been Kent's game. He's always had to improve on that. The ball just didn't really fall for him tonight in front of goal. He had chances as well.
Chances.
There was the one just after we equalised. Sakala, I think it was Sakala had into him, and he just sort of flashed it wide.
Yeah.
I had one that went straight into the goalkeeper's hands as well. But the man that got us 2-1 up, as we say, Antonio
Yep.
Cholak. I'm not going to lie, I've hit
Blinking,
my
you'll miss
words
it.
on Cholak. To be fair, I thought under Michael Beale so far when he's featured, he's been poor. Similar to the way he was playing under Gio, maybe away from home and tough fixtures. Like he was just sort of out of the game. There was nobody providing for him, but it feels like Beale is actually sort of got a plan for Cholak now that the team are making chances for him. He's getting in areas, he's dropping back, and he's moving the ball on. He's more involved with the play, which is good to see. And I thought the goal was fantastic. It was great work for Sakala to receive the ball, pinpoint cross in, and brilliant movement for Cholak in the box to get in. Happy with that goal, and happy to see Cholak again back in the score sheet in the league. I think that's his first goal, I think, in the league since Gio's time, maybe.
Really?
To be fair, I can't remember. I
Was
think
it?
the only goal he scored under Michael Beale was Partick Thistle, I think. Could be wrong on that one, but
That is known
nice to
tournament.
see him get us 2-1 up, and then for then we could have had 3, 4, 5,
Oh.
but
I mean, I'll say I love him. I love my boy for Zambia, but my God, is he frustrating at times. Just for me, like sometimes he can't even kick the ball in. Sometimes he does some of the best football you'll see.
I know.
It's crazy. It really is crazy. With Sakala, just the play of the night anyway, mate. It was good to watch a full team performance. How long have we been coming on here and we've been talking about when we play well for one half to actually play well for the majority of the game? All right, maybe the first, as you say, 15, but Ryan Jack tonight, I mean, absolutely sensational performance from my boy Ryan Jack, and he's another one.
Mhm.
Got to get him a new deal. He's got to
Aye,
get a new deal.
that's something that I've never questioned myself on that one. Ryan Jack is head and shoulders probably. Obviously, you look at Raskin coming in, he's going to be a really good player for us going forward. But Ryan Jack for me is the best midfielder at this club.
Oh,
He's shown this level obviously consistently through his time here, but I think just the past couple of games he's went up a notch again, and I fit Ryan Jack is probably one of the best midfielders in the league. Ran the game tonight. He was everywhere, absolutely everywhere. He was out in the wings. He was
it's,
making forward runs. He was going back. He was everywhere. Just loved everything about Ryan Jack's game tonight. In terms of going through the rest of the team, McGregor probably has frostbite with that snow coming up. Do you have anything to do in the second half? I think they had one shot, and that was
I
it.
mean,
Um, Barisic is always frustrating, but I think he actually had a better game tonight. To be fair, wasn't really
fell asleep at
challenged
times
too
as well.
much, but he had moments in his game where he was
I'm just chomping for Yilmaz to come back. I know he played with the B team the other day, wasn't it? So
aye.
I'm just chomping for him to come back because the sooner the better for me. He's out this team.
Nah, like the night I have no criticism because obviously we won, we played well, but
Absolutely.
I definitely looking
Still got to be honest, Jack. Come on.
for an improvement in that position. Davies nothing to do really.
Solid
Goldson,
defensively.
apart from the tremendous finish for Hibs to go 1-0 up again, solid as you could ever be. Tavernier actually had a really good game tonight. To be fair, good penalty, and I thought he was doing all the right stuff. To be fair, he was fast in his play, making good passes forward, and
Was worried for
recovering the
him.
ball well.
Was worried for him at the start, as I say. I thought that boy was going to tear him up, but went on to have a really solid game, as you're saying there, mate. And as I say, that's all down to the fact of the work that Ryan Jack was doing as well, allowing
Aye.
him to go forward as well. So, no, solid game for Tav as well tonight. The Hall of
So,
Famer, sorry, James Tavernier, the Hall of
so
Famer.
solid game for him. Nico Raskin again, just kind of improving every game in a Rangers shirt. He just has that European sort
Just
of
a joy,
midfielder style to play, doesn't
just
he?
a joy.
Just
Aye.
passes the ball so quick and so eloquently. It's
None of the
just
dilly dally and side to side stuff, mate.
he's
Just
just a really good player to watch, and he's fantastic. He's going to be a proper player for us, and I again just sort of building on performance after performance. Really, can't really drop him. Todd Cantwell again, as we say, sort of running things in there. I think a lot of
desperate
the
for him.
question marks for him were: is he going to be one of the players that kind of cracks under the pressure at times, maybe going to tough venues and that? But he's handled everything really well so far.
Yeah.
He's playing. deeper as well. Like I thought bringing him to the club, he was going to be more of a wide forward or maybe more centrally where Kent is, but he's sort of more focused
Uh-huh.
on just box to box, and I like that role for him. And he's just a really tidy player to watch. He's really positive with the ball and really never loses the ball as well. To be
And when he
fair,
does lose the ball, he runs back and he wins it. Maybe Lundstrom should watch him a bit more closely and see that, because obviously he's a foul away in that, but just the hunger and the desire to go and win the ball back for me, that means everything. That's called
yeah.
effort, John Lundstrom. You should maybe try some of that.
But I can't. Well, fantastic night, Ryan
Sensational.
Kent. It's hard to pick a man of the match tonight. To be fair,
It
yeah,
really
I could,
is.
but I would probably give it to Ryan Jack personally. But
I don't think you could
Kent
go.
was close there.
I don't think you could go with either saying Ryan Jack, Kent, or Cadwell for me. I was desperate for Todd Cadwell to score. Second half, he was running to the edge of the box quite a lot in the second half. I was like, man, just give him the ball, let him lease one of them shots off. But Ryan Kent, mate, just the free roaming role for him is just perfect, man. Just to go wherever he wants in the park, it's
But
just a joy
he's
to
just
watch.
so dangerous with the ball. Every time you
Um,
get the ball, you just know something's going to happen. It's
um,
just sometimes either he passes it to Barisic and the cross doesn't come off, or whatever else. Like his work up until the final phase of play is just unbelievable. And he's just somebody you're desperate to keep a hold of. If you lose Ryan Kent, it's going to
very
be
good.
detrimental to
I
the way
can't,
this team goes forward, I think.
as I say to you, mate, I can't see us losing him. Everything that I'm seeing indicates to me he's staying. Morelos is gone for me. I know how important Michael Beale must feel he is to the team. He knows, do you know what I mean? Known him since he was a wee boy, do you know what I mean? He's got so that relationship's there as well. But I just feel like
He's
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 so
he's
desperate.
undroppable. Like if
Yeah, you can.
he's similar to Goldson's situation last year. You're literally going to lose a guy that
It's so
plays every
key,
single game for you.
absolutely. And look at
It's
him for one
tough.
of the goals as well. He takes 3 or 4 players out of the play. They're all four of them are all
Mm.
watching him. Do you know what I mean? It's just
Nah,
an
he's
absolute
a
joy,
total
man.
danger man in the front line. I thought he was fantastic tonight. Just the only thing I want to see for Kent is more goals
Goals.
all the time. And the two up front, I mean, you can't say anything better. Sakala's first half was just daft as
So
anything. I mean,
frustrating.
he's getting
It's
the
so
ball,
frustrating.
he's tripping over people, he's taking too
I
heavy
mean,
a touch, and then the second half he gets obviously get assist in the first half. Second half he gets another assist and a goal. Like,
mm,
aye, he's just so strange to watch. It's like half the time is this guy even a professional footballer, and then
football.
it's like you'll do something, you'll see, I don't know, Messi doing this. Like
Aye.
he's just such a daft player, but
There was
he
something I
produces
know.
so.
Sorry, mate, but there was something I noticed as well with having Cadwell in the first half and then the second half. I think Cadwell's got the ball and then Sakal just sort of runs over and takes it off him. And then second half,
Mm.
Cadwell did the exact same to him. But as you say, mate, I mean, the ball, Ryan Jack plays it in the first half and he's through. All he's got to do, do you know what I mean, is maybe turn his man and then get Kent's free because they're all on him. I don't know. I just think
He
myself
probably
at times,
needs in that situation. I think he needs to really cut over, and obviously the defender needs to make a tackle. He needs to sort of narrow the angle
I
and
fish boy.
aye, big fish. To be fair, he had a good game tonight. In the back
I
line, it could
conceded
be
four.
been a lot more if it wasn't
I
for him in the back line. Because I mean, you're looking at David Marshall, but that guy's an absolute jokey, a goalkeeper
I know, but it
nowadays.
brings me joy after the Euros, Jack, seeing him concede many goals. It brings
Nah,
me joy.
he's just
Um,
shite. He's shite
but
now.
no, he's as I say, mate. You love him. How can you not love that smile? But he's just a frustrating player at times. Where you think, come on, and then as you say, he does something that Messi would do, and you're like, how'd you do that?
Well, that's him near enough into double figures for both goals and assists in the league. I think near enough.
That's
Sakala,
fantastic.
so I think
Yeah.
maybe 8 goals, 7 assists or something like that. So he's producing, and that's a guy who never even played a game at the start of the season.
Mhm.
He only really started coming into the fold maybe just late into Gio's tenure as manager, and then obviously he's kicked on a gear since Michael Beals came, and he's producing near enough every game. I can take those moments of madness if it's going to then
Aye,
end
me
up with him
too.
producing in the end, and that's what I said to my dad watching it. I'm like, there's chances he's missing. I'm like, he'll score tonight
There you
still.
go.
He'll score.
Six goals and 7 assists this season so far.
Ah, well, close enough, close enough. But he'll probably get to double figures by the end of the season with the way he's going. So good for him. And then Antonio Cholak
Yeah,
back in the lineup as of the weekend and the night. Two really good performances. Obviously didn't get a goal at the weekend, but tonight deadly. Exactly where you want him to be. Unlucky not to have a hat trick as
I
well
took.
with that
Mm.
with that one that just sort of bounced off the player in the line. And top forward play. As I say, they're sort of finding a way for Cholak to play in this setup. I think now we have not been so isolated, being more involved in play. Players are sort of bringing him into play and creating chances for him as well. I mean, the first one, as you say, Sakala, great movement for him, and then obviously great movement for the big man Cholak in the box to get the finish. And then the second one, again, it's congested in the area, and he just sort of finds the bottom corner. A bit of a lighter finish. I'm surprised I actually went in watching it, but can't complain. I think that's him again on about 13, 14 goals in the league. So really good return for Cholak, obviously, who started the season on fire. Sort of had a dry patch, and hopefully he's going to pick that up, because I say I've criticised him. I've said, is he really good enough to lead the Rangers line? And by the looks of the night, he is indeed.
He is indeed, mate. And it's just as I say for me tonight, just so proud and impressed with the team performance. Some of the football we played tonight, real absolute joy to watch. And you think to yourself, just wait until Tillman comes back into the side as well. And I mean, God knows when Tom Lawrence comes back into the team, good God, we're going to have to wait until after pre-season for that, which is crazy. It's nice to see Hadji get some minutes. Out of everyone that came on, it was nice to see Hadji get some minutes, and he looked like he had that hunger in his stomach to actually play football. I know they were trying to run the clock down, but he looked like he wanted to actually play and try and do something in the game. Unlucky with the shot as well. He had as well.
No, it's just going to take some time for him, I think, to get back up.
And for me, absolutely not. It will take him some time, but I'm sorry, but I adore my man, like we all do. But I do think it's the writing's on the wall, and time is probably up for Morelos in the Rangers jersey. I don't know. I can't see Beale wanting to keep him, really.
I think it's maybe down to both parties, to be fair. I think there might have been a falling out
Especially after
in the camp after the final. I think that's maybe...
absolutely.
I think something's happened there, and I don't know if it's Morelos kicking up fuck about being subbed.
If you're Morelos, you would, because you've just scored.
And that's why I can never let him, obviously, if that has happened, and him fighting his corner, and he's well in his rights to do so, because he could have changed that game. But I mean, I just don't want the blame for that result to solely go on him, who dragged us back into it a bit with a goal. I thought that at the start of the game, it seemed like that he was kind of going to be the scapegoat for it all, when he didn't even do anything particularly wrong. But I think Michael Beale's maybe just preparing for life without Morelos, and that's why I say he's getting a plenty of work with Cholak, and it's obviously paying off. And I think that's maybe the half of it.
You never
Morelos,
know.
so probably not be here in the summer. So
it's heartbreaking. I can't imagine no seeing one of them knee slides, man. And I just absolutely adore him. Do you know what I mean? I just think him knowing the team would be... It's heartbreaking, mate. It really is,
the slack will come the night is it was 5 changes were made. The game was done, and obviously should have passed the ball to Arfield. Maybe a bit rusty, but I think going into the game of the weekend, they'll probably start. This is a team off the top of my head I just put together. Michael Beale's thoughts. What's he going to do after that game?
You're all right, Jack.
McLaughlin will start. McLaughlin's 100% going to start.
You can change that. I'm not having that. You can change that. McGregor starts.
Tavernier Goldson will obviously start. John Souttar obviously missed out today, played 45 minutes in the reserve game, come on against Kilmarnock at the weekend. Probably time to even give him a half of football.
Wouldn't he start him? I wouldn't change the back line at all. I wouldn't change the keeper of the back line at all.
I think you need to sort of phase in Souttar, and I'd give him 45 minutes for the start.
You can do it. No, I don't know, mate. You could do that. You know, this game's... Obviously, it's a must-win game. This is what we're all riding on now. Last chance to get a bit of silverware, but for me, I'm not changing that back line at all. It's been progressing well. You know what I mean? Especially the partnership with Goldson and Davies. It's been a decent partnership, but
of course,
maybe for the start for Souttar, aye, but I don't know, man.
Because I don't think it's going to be a game where we're going to be under too much pressure in the back. That's obviously a cup tie. It's no disrespect to Rafe Rovers, but I don't think we're going to be under too much pressure. I think we're going to have time with the ball, and I think Souttar's game is obviously playing with the ball at his feet.
I know. I'm just about to tell you, you can forget they two starting in the middle of the park there.
It's going to happen.
You can forget.
He's going to give players games.
Nah, that you don't change a winning team like that tonight. You do not change that team. I don't care if we're playing Rafe Rovers at home, mate. You don't change a winning team. Scott Wright, I could say, do you know what it is? I've got a wee appreciation for Scott Wright after Everton, by the way. Because see when he comes on, he just takes his minutes and he just tries to impress, which he's got my respect with that. Absolutely shouldn't be at the club. We all know that, but I respect
I
him for that he
I
takes his
I agree.
chances
He
when
comes
he's
on and
given
he
them.
drives at teams and he tries to make things happen.
Even the night when he came on there, he was unlucky with one or two things. You know what I mean? Almost getting through, but I don't want to see Lundstram or Kamara start for my club. You're all right. You
I
are
know,
absolutely all
and
right.
I know neither they are really, but I'm just looking at what happened tonight and
That's
who he
what I'm
brung
getting
on,
after a performance
and
like
I'm just looking at who he obviously brung on the night, who was left on the bench,
that. Aye,
who's needs to feature.
there's more chance of Arfield starting this game.
Nah, I reckon if Tillman's obviously not fit, he'll start with
Arfield.
Arfield. Aye.
That is a negative midfield. That is you see that quality we've just watched there in the middle of the park. That is sensational. And then you want to bring Kamara and Lundstram into it.
Look, I think he'll make changes. I think Morelos will start, and I think there'll be changes obviously off the bench. I think Hadji could even start this game.
Aye. You know what made
Again,
me laugh at all? How bad's Matondo? Can't even come on more running forward, man.
nah, look, he's just back for injury.
No, I don't care.
Matondo's arc's pending. Don't worry.
Aye, out the window,
Still
out the
holding out
window.
for the boy. But
No, you're not. You know he's rudder, and he's not gonna. Nah, you're not holding
nah,
out for him.
I'm holding out for Matondo.
Nah,
I'll die in that hill. Don't worry.
you're
Um,
gonna die on it because he's not gonna do anything.
hopefully see him at the weekend because although taking away for a bit of the joking, like I thought bringing a player like Matondo on who has had a tough time at the club so far, bringing him into a team obviously playing like that tonight would have maybe brought a bit of confidence on him. Because I just feel like similar to like writing that, like you're bringing players on for like the last 10 minutes of a game, and
Hmm.
then that's the only football they'll play. Up until obviously say you're 1-0 down at Motherwell with 20 minutes to go and you're expecting to throw them on and
Hmm.
for them to change the game and they're not really in a situation so often where they're tested
Aye, the
in
test.
that way. Like
Yeah.
I feel it's kind of unfair for the players and I think they need to I thought it would have been a good opportunity to bring Matondo in the night, but regardless of who he bring on, the subs again will benefit for that the night playing. And Scott Wright will
You know,
probably start the game at the weekend, and
I'd
hopefully he
rather
can get
Scott.
his first goal of the season.
I'd rather Scott Wright starts than Kamara and Lundstram.
I don't have any complaints about that at all. I don't want to see Lundstrom anywhere near
I don't want to
the
see him
team
anywhere
sheet,
near my team.
but I
So,
just with what Beale's done tonight and what subs he's made, I can't see him not starting.
to me, you can't drop that. As I say, can't drop a winning team. Also, I know what you're saying here. It's a cup game, but see, at the end of the day, it's the only thing we're playing in now to win for me. And you've got to
Mm.
go and put your strongest starting 11 up against. Obviously, in comparison in terms of finances, are a weaker opposition, but you've still got to put your strongest starting 11 out there for me. And I think after
He
that
might well do
performance,
that. He might well start with
I'm just
the
after
strongest
that
team and make the
performance, I don't think
changes.
you can't drop any of them, and especially no for players like Lundstrom and Kamara.
When you look at the rest of the teams in the actual Scottish Cup, you've got Inverness, Kelly, Falkirk Ayr, and Hearts Celtic. So realistically, looking at that bracket, if you're obviously going to be if you're a Rangers or Celtic fan, you're looking. It's going to be an old firm final again, probably. When you look at it on paper, obviously there could be upsets, there could be shocks there.
Won the Hearts.
I'm on the Hearts, of course, at Tynecastle, but
That was just a warm up game for them tonight. I know they get beat 3-1, but that was just a warm up game for Hearts.
I am looking at the
Hearts.
bracket. We are probably hopefully going to find ourselves in the final again, if everything goes
Oh,
to
listen,
plan. So
there's been bigger shocks. We don't want to just obviously say we're going to bypass uh, Rovers here or whatever, but yeah, I mean, I know we all know we should be. You know what I mean? We should be finalists, absolutely 100%. You know what I mean? But as you're saying, it probably will be another one at the Old Firm. But as I say, I'm rooting for the Hearts. I'm rooting for the Hearts to get a positive result. As I say, it was a warm-up fixture tonight for them,
yeah,
even
well,
though I think we 3-1.
we'll see how it goes. It was obviously good viewing the night, and hopefully, again we just keep winning games and keep sort of building the positivity because a performance like that just does a lot for your general mood towards the club. I think nobody could be asked. To be fair,
Yeah.
after that game, it was all sort of negativity, and then you come out and you
That's what
play like
you're.
that.
Absolutely. You play with that, and it brings the spark back, and it lets you know, all right, there is life in this team. Do you know what I mean? Because I thought for the first couple of minutes, then I thought, here we go. another depressing night. But no, 4-1, but should have been probably more. Should have
Could have
been
been
four
double
or five
figures,
in it.
genuinely.
Genuinely, I think Hibs are they're in a real dangerous thing me now. By the way,
Because you look, obviously, they started the night and I think they remain 5 points behind Hearts.
Hearts.
Yeah, I mean, you look at, I'd sort of class Hearts above Hibs, to be fair. Like, I think they've got a lot better squad. They play a lot better football. But Hibs are 5 points behind them. I think that just shows you how tight, compared to, obviously, to Rangers Celtic. I think we're on course to finish 31 points ahead of Hearts. So when you look at it in terms of that, obviously everybody else below Rangers and Celtic are sort of close together, and the golfing
But
class
by the
just
way,
shows off, I think.
it definitely does. But see when you see all these managerial chop and changes happen with teams on obviously below us and Hearts. I have so much respect for, as I say, a team at Livy, just standing by Davy Martindale. Do you know what I mean? You see
Aye.
them, you know what I mean? You see all these other teams chop and change, and you just think to yourself, do you know what I
But then
mean?
you look at these teams and on, like, what are they actually expecting? Like, what are they
Right.
expecting to do? Like, although you should be going into every season, your aim should be to win the league.
Hmm.
You know that's probably unrealistic here due to the
Aye.
finances and the players that Rangers and Celtic have got. But I just don't really understand the viewpoint. Hibs are obviously going to be.
Right.
They've sort of forced a fake rivalry with us for years since that championship
By the
season.
way,
So,
another thing I was going to ask you, what's happened to Kevin Nisbet? His career's shot down like that, innit?
well,
Something we couldn't stop talking about to somebody now that's. I thought I was going to have to go all the way to Edinburgh to slap because I thought he had injured Hadji again. But
no,
who's my
he's
player
been
one?
good this season. He's only just came back for injury though. Like, I think that the last Hibs game, we played them at Ibrox, Beale's first game. I think he was just back for injury. Since then, he's played nine, scored eight,
Is it? No, I
in the
mean,
league. And then
as I
it was duties.
moved
He was
to
supposed to go
Millwall,
to
was it?
Millwall, aye, and
Millwall,
then
and
I think
then
he's sort of not been phased out of the team, but aye, they've sort of went with somebody else up front because I think they know he's gone in the
who
summer.
was
So,
that punk rocker that came on and all?
oh, Harry McCurdy, aye,
Aye,
he's just
what he should have been in the Sex Pistols or something.
the less said about him, the better. He's tragic, but anyway, aye, we'll wrap up there. We'll look forward to seeing obviously what Beale's got to say after
Oh,
this game and what else happens obviously in the
sorry,
weekend.
sorry. I know you're about to cut it and end it and all that, but just wanted to say congratulations to Ali McCoist winning Pundit of the Year.
Aye, congratulations, but he should stop kissing Angie's ass at the Scottish League Cup final there. Anyway, on that note.